Hey guys, my name is Daniel Holzman, and we are at the Meatball shop in Chelsea on 23rd Street, our brand new store where we make all kinds of meatballs. And today we're going to demonstrate our beef meatballs for you, which are really easy and fun for you to make at home. I have 2 pounds of ground beef, and chuck or shoulder is actually preferable. It has a little bit more fat and a little bit more flavor. It's not terribly lean. And then I have some fresh herbs. For these particular meatballs, I have some fresh oregano and some fresh parsley, which I'm going to chop and throw right in. Meatballs are really easy. Basically, if you take 2 pounds of ground beef and about a half a cup of breadcrumbs and 2 teaspoons of salt and 2 eggs, you get a perfect meatball. And then it's just a matter of how you want to flavor them. So for our meatballs, which are kind of Italian inspired, we have some fresh oregano, which is really beautiful. And I don't worry too much about the stems, which I'm going to chop right in. About a quarter or half a cup of fresh oregano. And you can use dried oregano if you can't find the fresh. And then some fresh parsley, which as well I'm going to kind of roughly chop. For me, the fun part about a meatball is not being too precious about it, and just kind of throwing all the ingredients right in. I always hated picking parsley. So I have my 2 pounds of ground beef. I've got my parsley and my oregano, and then about a half a cup of breadcrumbs. And I like to use plain Italian-style breadcrumbs because I like to add the flavorings that I prefer, but, you know, seasoned breadcrumbs work as well. We actually just grind our old bread from our heroes. 2 teaspoons of salt. And then for our beef meatballs, we use ricotta cheese, which gives them a really light, fluffy flavor, and it adds a little bit of extra fat, which lends some moisture. So I have a really healthy dollop of ricotta cheese right in there, and this ricotta is really good. And then to hold everything together, I have 2 fresh eggs, which are like the glue, and I'm going to crack those right in, and then give my meatballs a vigorous mix. A lot of people think that you don't want to overly mix the meatballs, and I think that's a misconception. The texture of the meatball comes from the actual ingredients, so you want to definitely thoroughly mix them and not be afraid. And if they're a little bit wet at this stage, that's all right as well. They're going to cook up really lovely. The final step is just to roll them up, and I use an ice cream scoop to portion them out, which ensures they kind of come out really consistent in size. And this is a really big ice cream scoop if you like really big meatballs, but they come in all different sizes. I'm excited about these particularly large meatballs. Everybody always asks the best way to cook a meatball, and there really is no perfect way. You can roast them, you can braise them, you can fry them, or you can deep fry them. And for us, we like to keep it as simple as possible. So generally, what we do with our beef meatballs is that we roast them, and then we go ahead and braise them in tomato sauce. So we have our meatballs in the oven, and after about 25 minutes at 375 degrees, they should be perfect. It's about an 8-ounce serving, and with your choice of our mushroom gravy, spicy meat sauce, our Parmesan cream sauce, our fresh made pesto, or my personal favorite, our classic tomato sauce, which we serve right over the top. And there you have it. Well, that was delicious. I'm Daniel Holzman. Thank you so much for learning how to make a meatball with me at the Meatball Shop Kitchen. For this recipe and more, stop by foxnewsmagazine.com.